Global City Busan, we are in it together. This campaign was brought to you by BFM Busan 영어방송.
The weather is so nice today. I'm sure this won't be a big deal.
A 3-second long lapse in judgment can burn up an entire mountain, which will take 100 years to recover. We can protect these lush forests if you follow these guidelines. First, do not bring flammable materials to the mountains. Second, do not cook or camp in the mountains. Third, do not litter cigarette butts. Your small actions are the first step towards protecting the beautiful forest. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산 영어방송.
안녕하세요. 셰프 에드워드 리입니다. 빨리빨리. 한국 사람들은 이 말을 입에 달고 살더군요. 하지만 바쁜 걸음을 멈추는 모습에 놀랐습니다.
제가 들어드릴게요.
여기 앉으세요.
May I help you?
모르는 사람끼리 서로 존중하고 배려하는 모습을 보며 이게 대한민국이구나 생각했습니다. 가장 빠른 나라 대한민국에는 가장 따뜻한 멈춤이 있습니다. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
Good morning, Wavers. The splashy headlines for this morning. It's all around the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. So what is this dinner? It's a yearly event held in Washington, D.C. It celebrates journalism, freedom of the press, the First Amendment. What is typically a very lighthearted event full of political roasts with the president there, what turned into a scene of utter chaos as a suspect attempted to breach a security checkpoint. He apparently had a shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives, exchanging fire with Secret Service agents who chased behind him, and they did quickly subdue him. However, a Secret Service agent was shot in the chest during this exchange, but thank goodness he was wearing his bulletproof vest. He's going to be okay. President Donald Trump was whisked away by Secret Service as per protocol, so nothing happened inside the soiree. Nobody was injured. We're going to dive into this story in a little bit. I'm Catherine. This is Morning Wave in Busan on Monday, April 27th, and this is BEFM 부산 영어 방송. Good morning, Wavers. This is the last week of April. Can you believe? Technically on Friday. Ooh, we got to flip that calendar page. Once again, we're going to get to May. So I hope that we are able to kick off this week together and finish it off with a bang because we are going to be heading into Family Month next this Friday it starts, and of course into next week as well. So I talked about this shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and there was utter chaos. And the irony of it is that it's supposed to be for freedom of speech. However, freedom of speech does not include, having guns and trying to commit violence in any place or form. So anyhow, we're gonna cover that in top stories in just a little bit. In the meantime, let's get to our text topic, the very first one for this week. So here we go. What is an aspect of K culture you want to show off to the world? 내가 해외에 자랑하고 싶은 K 문화, 한국 문화는? Oh, there are so many. This is a hard one. But I want you to pick and choose one particular one that you're really proud of. Like, hey, this should be everywhere. And you can send in your responses to BFM's live stream live chat on YouTube. Go to the YouTube platform and type in BEFM Busan 영어 방송 to find our channel. Subscribe, log in, chat with other waivers. Also from your phone, pound 9050, shop 9050. That's going to cost you 100 won. You can also reach me for free on Kakao Talk. Add us as a friend first. Same thing. Enter BEFM Busan 영어 방송 to find our account. And then after you add us, you can send in your messages and photos as well. And the ways you can tune into Morning Wave in Busan on the radio, 90.5 or 103.3 FM. That's if you're in the Busan area. Like I said, we are streaming live right now on YouTube. And we're also available on the BFM app and Papang app. Both are free, easy to download. So here is the lineup for today. We have Jian for now in Busan. Sue's coming in for top stories as Haley, as she said last week, she's on vacation. Also, we have Claire coming back for hour 2. She's going to be covering Waga Waga Tea time. And so once again, it is Monday. To give you a reminder, we have Dr. Ryu Sang-hyo coming in for Ask Dr. Ryu. And then for hour number 2, we have Vasana for Buzz Breakdown. For our special interview that's coming up in hour number 2, we're going to be talking about the economy. That's on the minds of everybody right now, whether it's the world economy or our domestic economy. And the IMF, International Monetary Fund, has flagged South Korea as a country where the government debt is expected to increase significantly. So we're going to talk about this IMF caution and government confidence that's coming up in hour number 2. And I'll be back. Actually, let's just turn to Jian first. We're going to turn to Jian for Now in Busan. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Yes. How's your weekend?
It was good. The weather was beautiful.
It was. And for our text topic today, what is an aspect of K-culture that you want to spread all around the world, if you could? Yes.
There are so many.
Yes.
I mean, I can bring everything. Like one of my favorite is actually 볶음밥 culture. After like the finishing the meal, after 삼겹살, after 감자탕, after anything.
I had some of that. Saturday 3차에서 그 곱창 전골을 먹고 3차까지 갔습니다. 네.
It was your birthday week, right?
Yes. And then afterwards, they do They came and they asked her, like, would you like some fried rice? Oh, of course.
Of course.
Like, do you need to ask? Like,
I know.
Just ask
how many servings, right?
So,
but one thing I want to spread out
Yes.
is taking seats with your belongings.
Seats?
Like when you get to a cafe and you just leave your stuff on the table saying that this seat is mine and nobody.
It's like dibs.
Dibs.
Like this is, and nobody
Right.
takes your stuff, by the way.
Right. I
Yes.
love that safety here in Korea.
Yes. Oh, great ones. Thank you. All right. We're going to dive into now Busan. Busan is heading into a mayoral by-election real soon with both major party candidates preparing to launch their campaigns. So we need the latest on this.
Yes, that's right. In the June 3rd Busan mayor election, the ruling and opposition parties have finalized their candidates and both are set to begin full-scale campaigning this week. Current Busan Mayor Park Hyung-jun is expected to suspend his duties today on the 27th and register as a preliminary candidate with the Election Commission.
Yes.
And because of that, the city will transition to an acting leadership system.
I see. Thanks for clarifying. Well, what about the opposition candidates?
Chun Jae-soo, a lawmaker from the Democratic Party, is expected to resign from his National Assembly seat this Wednesday on the 29th and register as a preliminary candidate as well. This follows the party leadership's announcement that elected candidates currently serving as lawmakers would submit their resignations on the same day.
I see. So I guess later on today we will hear more about this. All right. Next up, the government has introduced this 5-day rotation system at public parking lots to respond to the energy crisis. But
Yes.
implementation in Busan seems quite low. So what's going on?
Yes, the government rolled out a 5-day rotation system, 차량 오부제, based on license plate numbers at public parking lots nationwide. But in Busan, the rate is significantly lower than the national average.
Yes. So how low are we talking about?
As of April 26 yesterday, only 102 out of 440 eligible public parking lots in Busan are actually enforcing the system.
Yes.
And that's about 23% compared to the nationwide average of around 30%.
Right.
At the district level, only about 13% of parking lots are applying the system, just 50 out of 375.
Wow, that's pretty low. Why is the participation rate so low?
Local governments have applied a lot of exemptions depending on conditions.
Okay.
For example, parking lots near traditional markets or tourist sites are often excluded due to concerns about traffic congestion or impact on local businesses.
Yes. Any other reasons behind the exemptions?
In some industrial areas, public transportation access is limited, so officials were concerned about pushback from people who rely on their cars for work. Also, in residential areas, especially near hillside neighborhoods, many parking lots are used like private spaces by residents with monthly passes, so they were excluded to avoid worsening parking shortages.
I see. Is the planning sitting to address all of this?
Yes, the city is encouraging districts to expand participation, and the number of participating parking lots has increased. However, many are small and in areas with poor public transport access, so residents rely heavily on them, meaning expansion may face resistance with limited impact.
That's right. Well, thank you for going over the details of this 5-day rotation system in Busan. Next up, Busan has secured national funding for a shopping tourism project. So tell us about this one.
Yes, Busan City has been selected for the 2026 Regional Shopping Tourism Infrastructure Project, hosted by the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, securing 300 million won in government funding.
Yes. So what's the main goal behind this project?
It's designed to prepare for a rise in international visitors by 2028, including 5 million international tourists and 800,000 cruise passengers every year. The key focus here is to redirect spending from large shopping malls to local commercial districts.
Yes. So how will the budget be used?
The city plans to use the funds for regional tourism content, night tourism projects, global food tourism initiatives, and wellness and medical tourism programs.
Yes, indeed. Well, thanks for letting us know about this one. And let's talk about Busan's most famous beach. It is extending its season again this year. I can't believe we're talking about beach season already, but
I know.
It's getting there. There. It's hot. So what's the update?
Haeundae Beach will once again stay open through mid-September following last year's extended schedule. It's set to open on June 26th and run until September 15th.
Right. Can you explain how this is different from previous years?
Of course. In the past, only part of the beach would open early in June with the full season running from July 1st to August 31st. But recently, fewer people visit in June while more crowds arrive in September, creating safety gaps after the official closing.
So I'm assuming that this extension is partly due to safety.
Right. By officially extending the season, the city can maintain lifeguards and safety management during a period when visitors are still coming in large numbers.
Yes, so that is why, once again, there's a change. So as we get closer to beach opening day, we'll give you details again.
Yes, definitely.
Let's move on and talk about this. Busan is launching a program to support artists and promote exchange. So what's the story here?
The Busan Cultural Foundation is rolling out the 2026 Be Artist Day, Busan Artist Day program to support creative work and encourage regional and international exchange.
So what does this program do?
It provides partial accommodation support when Busan artists work in other regions or when artists from other areas or even overseas stay in Busan for creative projects.
Yes. So what is new this year?
The program has expanded to attract more outside artists with designated accommodations increasing from 9 to to 15.
And so who can apply and what support is offered?
Eligible applicants are certified artists, including those visiting Busan from other regions or even abroad. Selected artists can receive up to 100,000 won per night with a yearly cap of 300,000 won for up to 6 nights.
Yes, and when will this run?
The program runs through November and may close early once the budget is exhausted.
I see. Thanks for going over all the local news. We'll check in with you tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Jian.
Thank you.
I'll be back with your traffic and weather. It is now 7:13. Here's your traffic report. First up, there is some congestion on Daechunglo from Yeonanpyeol intersection to Bumin intersection right now. It is backed up on Dangamlo from Dangam Hwaseung apartment intersection to the Dangam Samik apartment intersection. It's also busy on Hakjanglo from Omgung to Jure as well. Currently, it's 18 degrees Celsius here in Busan under partly cloudy skies with a daytime high expected to go up to 22. The capital area likewise is going to go up to 22. Rain is expected though starting tonight in the Seoul area. And this was your traffic and weather. And this is 날 떠나지 마 by JYP. It's now time for the morning brief. Trump evacuated after shots fired at White House Correspondents' Dinner. U.S. President Donald Trump said an alleged shooter from California had been apprehended as he was rushed out of the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner at a hotel in Washington, D.C. after the sound of gunfire was heard. Appellate trial for former President Yoon Suk-yeol begins today. The appellate trial for former President Yoon Suk-yeol regarding his insurrection charges begins today, 67 days after his life sentence in the first trial. People Power Party nominates Chu Kyung-ho as Daegu mayor candidate. The main opposition, People Power Party, nominated three-term lawmaker Representative Chu Kyung-ho as its candidate for the mayor of Daegu, a major conservative stronghold for the upcoming June 3rd local elections. Data of 100,000 leaked from golf course. Police are investigating a massive data breach at Leon Country Club in Gapyeong, where suspected North Korean hackers potentially compromised the personal information of 100,000 customers. Iran's foreign minister returns to Pakistan amidst all talks with U.S. After President Donald Trump canceled the U.S. delegation's trip to Pakistan, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi arrived in Islamabad as Pakistan's political leadership scramble to reignite ceasefire talks between Tehran and Washington. This was the morning brief. We now turn to Shiwon as she's in the studio. Sue, she's in the studio for Top Story. She's filling for Haley this week. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Yes. So, of course, Sue is always with us because she is the writer for our special interview. But for this week, you'll be doing double duty. We're going to jump into our first story for Top Stories. The government is starting to distribute high fuel price relief payments starting today. Tell us more about this.
Yes, according to the Ministry of Interior and Safety, the first round of relief payments to help people affected by rising oil prices is starting today. This first phase is focused on vulnerable groups that includes basic livelihood recipients, low-income households, and single-parent families. In terms of support, basic livelihood recipients will receive about 550,000 won per person.
Yes.
And other eligible groups will receive around 450,000 won.
Yes.
And there's a bit more help for those outside major cities. People living in non-metropolitan or population declining areas will get an extra 50,000 won per person.
I see. So let's go over who can apply and how this works, the process.
Applications are open for about 2 weeks, starting today at 9 a.m. until May 8th at 6 p.m. People can apply either online or in person. They can choose how they want to receive the money. That includes credit or debit cards, prepaid cards, or local gift certificates. But during the first week, there is a small restriction. To avoid system overload, applications are limited by birth year.
Okay.
So people can only apply on certain days based on the last digit of their birth year.
I see. So, this Friday, though, happens to be Labor Day. So how does that work?
Right. May 1st is a public holiday for Labor Day. So applications for people whose birth year ends in 5 or 0 will also be accepted the day before on April 30th, which is Thursday, along with those ending in 4 or 9.
Okay. So since it's Monday today, I'm assuming it's going to be 1 and 6, the end of the birth date?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay. So what if somebody misses out on this first application period? What happens?
There will be a second application period that will run from May 18th to July 3rd. So there's still another chance, especially for those who may need more time or didn't realize they were eligible.
And once people receive the payment, well, how do they use it? How can they use it?
The funds must be used by August 31st, so there's about a 4-month window. There are also some limits on where the money can be spent. It's designed to support local businesses, so it can only be used at smaller shops with annual sales under a certain level.
Okay.
Places like entertainment or gambling-related businesses are excluded.
Right. So anything else people need to know?
Yes, if someone disagrees with their eligibility or the amount they receive, they can file an objection. That process will be open from May 18th to July 17th.
Yes.
They can do this either online or by visiting a local administrative office.
Yes. So this is all important, especially for those who are most affected by the rising costs. Well, thank you for all the good information. Once again, that kicks off today, 9 a.m. according to your birth year. Next story. We are expecting a major court ruling this week involving former President Yoon Suk-yeol. So let us know the latest. What's happening?
The appellate trial for former President Yoon Suk-yeol regarding his insurrection charges begins today.
Right.
And the appeals court is set to deliver its verdict later this week on charges against him. And the ruling will be announced on April 29th at 3 p.m. at the Seoul High Court.
Okay.
It will also be broadcast live, just like the first trial, reflecting the high level of public interest in the case.
Yeah, so let's rewind a little bit and go over what charges he's facing in this case.
Right. He's facing several serious charges. These include allegedly obstructing an arrest attempt by the Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials,
Right.
공수처. He's also accused of abusing his authority during the declaration of martial law. Prosecutors say he selectively called only some cabinet members, which may have blocked others from properly reviewing the decision. He's also accused of creating and then discarding a false declaration document after martial law was lifted.
Yes. And so to remind our listeners and viewers, what happened in the first trial?
In the first trial, earlier this year, the court found him guilty on key charges and sentenced him to 5 years in prison.
Right.
But not all charges were upheld. Some allegations, including claims related to spreading misleading government messaging to foreign media, were dismissed.
I see.
Prosecutors, however, are asking for a much heavier sentence. They have requested a 10-year prison term, which is the same as in the first trial.
Yes, so once again, once we get the decision, we'll be reporting that to our waivers out there. But this isn't the only major case unfolding this week, right?
That's correct. There are several related high-profile rulings happening around the same time. The appeals court will also deliver its verdict on Kim Gun-hee, who is the former First Lady, on the 28th, which is tomorrow.
Okay.
And the case will also be broadcast live. She faces charges related to stock manipulation, illegal political funding, and receiving luxury items in exchange for favors. In the first trial, she was sentenced to 1 year and 8 months in prison, but only part of the charges were found guilty. And another ruling involves lawmaker Kwon Sung-dong, who
Yes.
was sentenced to 2 years in prison in the first trial for illegal political funding. His appeal verdict is also expected this week. So taken together, this series of rulings makes it a very unusually significant week for the judiciary.
Right, so this is absolutely a significant week for the courts, the decisions that are being handed down.
Yes.
All right, let's move on and talk about this story, which I, of course, mentioned in the opening. This shocking security breach or attempted breach during a major event in Washington. Let's break it down.
Yes, this happened during the White House Correspondents' Dinner, one of the most high-profile events in the U.S. Gunshots were heard during the dinner, which President Donald Trump was attending.
Yes.
And the event was taking place at a hotel in Washington, D.C. when the incident unfolded. And as soon as the shots were heard, Secret Service agents rushed into action. They quickly moved to protect the president and other key official members.
Right, and I do want to reiterate that the shooting itself, the incident, didn't happen in the ballroom. It happened in the foyer outside, just to make sure we verify the facts. Was anyone injured?
Fortunately, no. President Trump, the First Lady, the Vice President, and other attendees were all safe.
Yes.
Officials say the shooting actually happened outside the main banquet hall, nearly a security checkpoint, like you said. And a suspect who was armed with a shotgun tried to breach the security area and fired at a Secret Service agent.
Sure.
And the agent was wearing protective gear and was not seriously injured.
Yes, thank goodness. So that bulletproof vest really came in handy. What do we know about the suspect?
The suspect has been identified as a man in his early 30s from California. His name is Cole Thomas Allen, according to authorities. And reports say he worked as a part-time teacher and also developed video games. He had a background in engineering and computer science, including a degree from the California Institute of Technology. And investigators also found that he had made a small political donation last year, but so far there's no clear indication of a broader motive.
Right.
And President Trump later described the suspect as someone with serious mental health issues and suggested appears to be a lone act.
I see. How did authorities respond after this incident? And if you're on our YouTube page, you can see the scramble to, of course, whisk away the president. That is protocol, of course, if something happens like that.
Right. The response was very immediate. The suspect was quickly subdued and taken into custody at the scene.
Yes.
And President Trump later praised the Secret Service and law enforcement, calling their response fast and courageous. And he even suggested continuing the event, but authorities decided to end it for safety reasons. And the dinner is expected to be rescheduled within the next month.
Yes, and this is usually a major annual event, as I said, as you were saying, right?
Yes. The White House Correspondents' Dinner has been held for over a century. It's traditionally seen as a moment of interaction between the president and the press.
Right.
And this year's event was especially notable because it marked President Trump's first time attending the dinner during his time in office.
Indeed. A very tense moment, but once again, no serious injuries. The Secret Service agent reportedly will be okay. So let's move on to our next story. Right now, aside from this big story that just broke a few hours back, what's the latest on the situation between Israel and Lebanon?
Even though a ceasefire has been extended, the fighting hasn't really stopped. President Donald Trump announced that the ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon would be extended for another 3 weeks. But despite that announcement, clashes along the border are continuing. Lebanon's state media reported that Israel carried out a series of airstrikes in southern Lebanon late at night on the 25th local time.
Right. So why are these attacks still happening if there's a ceasefire in place?
Right. Both sides are blaming each other. Israel says it launched the strikes because Hezbollah violated the ceasefire agreement first. And Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reportedly ordered the attacks after accusing the Iran-backed group of breaking the deal. On the other side, Hezbollah also says it responded to Israeli actions by targeting Israeli military vehicles. So what we're seeing is a cycle of retaliation, even while a ceasefire is technically in effect.
Right. So we need to know, though, how serious is the situation on the ground itself?
There have already been casualties. Lebanon's health ministry says at least 6 people were killed and 17 others were injured in Israeli airstrikes earlier in the day. And Israel's military also said it targeted several Hezbollah fighters, including those moving weapons and operating in different areas.
Right.
At the same time, Israel reported detecting projectiles, 발사체, launched from Lebanon and said it struck Hezbollah facilities in response. So clearly tensions remain very high.
Yes, indeed. What are people, especially experts, saying about this ceasefire?
Many experts are warning that this ceasefire is very fragile. Some even say it's not really a ceasefire in the full sense. Hezbollah officials have also criticized the agreement, saying it doesn't place enough obligations on Israel and calling the extension meaningless under current conditions.
Yes, and how does this connect to the broader regional situation? Because obviously it's not just Israel and Lebanon, Iran. That's like the big story, right?
Right, that's an important point. Some analysts say the stability of this ceasefire is closely tied to U.S. diplomacy, especially efforts to negotiate with Iran. And right now, the ceasefire appears to be holding partly because of that broader political context. But if U.S.-Iran talks break down, the situation in Lebanon could escalate quickly again. So in many ways, this is not just a local conflict.
Right.
It's connected to a much bigger regional picture.
Yes, and that's why we'll continue to follow what develops from that region. region. And so speaking of the U.S. and Iran, what's happening there?
Right. Right now, the situation is quite uncertain.
Yes.
Efforts to restart a second round of ceasefire talks between the U.S. and Iran have stalled again. At one point, there were signs that negotiations might resume soon, but that momentum quickly faded. President Donald Trump canceled a planned trip by senior envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, who were expected to travel to Pakistan for the talks.
Right. Do we know why those talks were canceled?
The main issue seems to be a mismatch in expectations. The U.S. believed Iran was open to direct face-to-face talks, but Iran has consistently said it had no such plan. And in fact, Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, had already left Pakistan after meeting local officials without any meeting with the U.S. side.
I see.
And so from Washington's perspective, it became difficult to justify sending a delegation for what might not lead to real progress. President Trump even said he would not send officials on such a long trip just to exchange empty words.
Okay. So let's go over the key disagreements between the two sides.
There are several major sticking points. One is Iran's nuclear program. The U.S. wants strict limits on uranium enrichment and is pushing for Iran to reduce its stockpile. But Iran sees uranium enrichment as a sovereign right and is very reluctant to give that up.
Yes.
Another major issue is control of the Strait of Hormuz, which is a critical global oil shipping route. The U.S. has been increasing pressure, including maritime restrictions. But Iran has signaled it is willing to maintain or even strengthen its control over the strait.
Right.
So overall, both sides are still far apart on the most sensitive issues.
Yes, indeed. Where does that leave President Trump, though?
It puts him in a very difficult position. Experts say he's facing three main options, and none of them are easy.
Okay.
One is escalating military action, but that could drag the U.S. into a longer conflict, which is politically very risky.
Yes.
And another option is reaching a compromise deal, but that could also backfire, especially if it looks like the U.S. is making too many concessions. The third option is maintaining pressure, like continuing the maritime blockade, but that could increase global economic risks, especially if tensions in the Strait of Hormuz worsen.
Sure.
So in many ways, there's no quick or simple solution.
Indeed. So going back to the discussions between the two sides, is there any chance for them to resume?
For now, indirect talks are likely to continue. After wrapping up in Pakistan, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is expected to head to Russia for further high-level discussions. And that suggests Iran is trying to coordinate more broadly before making any major moves.
Yes.
So at this point, diplomacy is still ongoing, but there's no clear breakthrough yet.
Very, very complex. And of course, we will continue to follow that main story as well. Thank you so much for coming in today for this segment. And of course, we'll check in with you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Everybody, this was Sue. We are going to take a short song break. This is 푸르게 by Daybreak.
짙어진 이 여름이 짜릿해 너의 찬란한 미소 속에 잊고 싶은 건 다 잊어버리고 하고 싶은 건 다 할 수 있게 푸르른 너의 꿈결 같은 날 한가운데서 부르자 너와 나의 푸르른 노래 너와 나의 마음에 네가 보게 어져 점점 더 너를 닮아 펴지는 내가 바람에 실려 훨훨 날아가게 파도에 맞서 숨 쉴 수 있게 해 푸르르 나의 꿈결 같은 날들에 한가운데서 부르자 너와 나의 푸르른 노래 너와 내게 머물러 오래 어느 시간 속에 놓여 있어도 부르게 이토록 많고 많은 나날들 중에 많고 많은 사람들 중에 오직
Traffic is so bad. Let's see what's on the radio.
Get the latest news and current issues that you need here on Morning Wave in Busan. You're now listening to Morning Wave in Busan with me, Catherine. Welcome back, everybody. It's now time to turn to Dr. Du. The doctor's in. Good morning.
Good morning. 안녕하세요, everyone. It's a Monday.
Oh my God, you brought the sun into the studio. You look like a 병아리 째째.
I am the sunshine in your life.
You are absolutely the sunshine in our lives. So I hear you had a good weekend.
Yeah, I had a great time with my son and my wife. And then it was good.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to ask you about our text topic.
Okay,
though.
yes.
What's an aspect of K-culture that you want to show off to, people who are not from Korea?
Sharing foods at the top of a mountain.
Sharing food at the top of a mountain.
Yes.
산 위에 꼭대기 가서.
That's right. Korea has a lot of mountains. The more challenging the crime, the more you see people at the summits sharing conversations, even food with one another.
Yes.
Especially ramen. It's so great.
But I always do wonder, though. I wonder, after a long hike, like a major hike, and then I always see people, coming down the mountain. They're done, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. And then they have this, feast.
Oh, that's right.
After their hike.
That's right.
And I always think, but you just hiked.
But keep in mind that no any alcoholic beverages when you are coming down because it's prone to accident.
Oh, good point. Good point. Thanks for letting us know. We're going to dive into Ask Dr. Du. What are we talking about today?
It's about miracle.
Miracles?
Yes.
Like miracles?
Oh, in terms of medical field.
Yes.
Yeah, do you believe in miracle?
I do because I feel like there's, I don't know if it's a miracle, but positive prayers or hoping or whatever it is. I want to believe.
Yeah,
okay.
There's a scientific data on this one.
Oh.
I'm going to reveal at the later part of this segment.
Okay.
Please stay tuned.
Oh.
Okay, before me talking about miracles, I'd like to share some my medical personal experience that's made me really feel a little bit anxious, a little bit Isn't it a miracle? But I'm not supposed to say miracle because as a doctor.
As a medical doctor.
I'm a scientist.
Yes.
Okay. Let me share. First one is once I had a patient with multiple sclerosis, 다발성 경화증, in Korean, woman in their 40s. And then she was really improving and then preparing for discharge.
Okay.
But suddenly her condition worsened rapidly. And she passed away.
Oh, no.
And later I heard that there had been some kind of a serious family issues.
Okay.
Especially between the lady who was sick and the husband at that time. And the second thing is this one. As a neurologist, I get to see many stroke patients.
Yes.
Interestingly, patients with strong family support, even when the stroke is very severe,
right,
often recover faster than expected.
Okay.
On the other hand,
yes.
when there is conflict or emotional stress, recovery tends to be slower and the condition may even worse.
Okay.
It's not just an observation. It's supported by many research, especially, in Korea, there is a world leading stroke expert, Professor Kim Jong-sung at Asan Medical Center.
Okay.
He published thousands of medical journals.
Yes.
And I listened. I listened to many of his lectures, and then he points out that depression and family conflict can sometimes produce symptoms that closely resemble stroke recurrence.
I see. So, in terms of what you're saying, what you've given us so far, it really matters that support system having something positive and vice versa.
That's
if there's
right.
family conflict or something that's eating away at you, it could actually produce symptoms that look like this. That's really fascinating, though.
Yeah, another one. Do you believe in soul?
Soul? Like 영혼?
영혼.
저는 있다고 생각하죠. I believe in it.
Me too.
Okay.
This,
so deep today.
Yes, so deep. As a neurologist, I'm not supposed to say this one, but as a human being, I want to share my personal experience.
Okay.
When I was training as a neurosurgery intern at that time, there was a patient.
Okay.
Because I just was an intern at the time, so all I gotta do was the kind of a bottom of the totem pole thing.
You were once at the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah, but it's because internship is the beginning of the doctor. Is naive type doctor. And there was a patient who had suffered very severe head injury in a traffic accident. And we were just essentially waiting for the inevitable outcome. Just waiting for his blood heart rate stops. So young man in that critical condition, his heart supposed to be stopped at that time, but his heart kept beating and beating. And then his fiance came to see him, and then shortly after that, his heart stopped. So moments like that stay with me again. I cannot say there is a direct medical connection.
Right.
But the timing feels a little bit very meaningful.
Yes. Oh, so like holding out until his fiance came to see him?
Yeah.
That kind of feeling?
It's a little bit beyond explanation.
So far the stories you've been telling us, I appreciate because it's such a personal touch on something that some people may or may not believe. All right. So anything else that you want to share with us in terms of things like this?
Oh, recently,
yes.
I read an article from a journal written by a surgeon who performed a transplantation, especially kidney plantation.
Kidney.
At first, everything in his procedure, he wrote, everything seemed go well. The surgery itself was technically successful, and there were no immediate complications. But a few days later, something unexpected happened. Patients stopped producing urine because producing urine is a key sign whether this kidney implanted is viable or not viable.
Right, whether it's functioning
That's
properly.
right, yes. So it's always very concerning sign. So they performed, but suddenly, because of this stopping urine, there's no urine, so the surgical team and doctors performed an ultrasound. The findings were really alarming. So it looked like there was no blood flow to the transplanted kidney. In other words, the kidney appeared to have failed. The surgical team assumed the worst case scenario. And they spoke with the family members and recommended a second operation. And they took the patient back to the operating theater and opened the abdomen.
Sure.
And then something remarkable happened. That's what he said. He wrote, during the surgery, the color of the kidney, initially dark,
yes,
non-viable, slowly began to change.
Oh.
It turned pink again.
Which is a good sign.
Yeah, that's
Healthy.
right. But theoretically, if a kidney doesn't receive blood flow for that much time, for several dozen hours, it undergoes irreversible damage.
But not this time.
Not this time.
Yes.
But in this case, that didn't happen. So the surgeon didn't want to call it a miracle, but he said that he admitted that it certainly felt like it.
So it's actually fascinating to me to hear from not just you, medical doctor, Dr. Liu, but from other doctors as well, from all around the world, who write these journals and articles about these types of moments that are not medically explainable, but still happen.
Yeah, it still happens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of these types of cases, what else can you tell us?
Many people might want to ask this one. What about cancer?
Yeah, what about cancer?
Yeah, actually, there's some scientific data on this topic as well. In medicine, we use the term spontaneous remission.
Oh. So what does that mean in layperson's terms?
관해, 완전 관해, which means there might be some cancer cells lurking in your body.
Okay.
But all kinds of tests show negative.
Oh, okay. So that means that according to the test, that it disappears?
It disappeared, but almost cured.
Almost cured.
Yeah, that's why doctors wait at least for the next 5 years.
Yes.
Before they decide you are free from cancer.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
Anyhow, now how often these kind of spontaneous remission happen across the cancer is extremely rare.
How rare?
1 in 100,000 cases.
1 in 100,000.
But it's more common than winning a lottery.
That's true.
And it doesn't mean that it's not impossible.
But still.
Yeah,
that's
still.
very rare.
Very rare.
Yes.
But interestingly, some cancers show more often than others.
Okay.
For instance, in kidney cancer, renal cell carcinoma, which is kidney cancer, spontaneous regression has been reported in about 1% of cases.
1%, that's high because you said 1 in 100,000 earlier.
Yeah.
But 1 in 100, that would make it 1%.
Yeah.
Simple math. I can do.
That's right. It's not just a story. They are real and documented medical phenomenon.
Yes. Wow. So what do you think about all of this? Everything that you've shared with us today.
Well, doctors are saying that instead of calling it a miracle, doctors saying that it's beyond our current understanding. Their immune system might be a little bit triggered by certain inflammation.
Okay.
Their immune system might be a little bit getting help from some other external trigger immune reaction systems.
Okay.
That's what we say.
That's what you say. So, but from I don't know, from your perspective as an expert, though.
Okay.
What would you say? What's your final take on all this?
As a doctor, like I said earlier, I'm not supposed to rely on a miracle.
Right, of course.
I would say I would try to understand from scientific point of view.
Sure.
But as a human being, I've learned many respect that not only everything can be fully explained. Sometimes those moments stays. Those moments stay with me longer than anything I can explain. So, as a human being, we are brain is like a meaning-making organ.
Okay.
Human beings, we tend to believe in something whether it's true or not because uncertainty makes us feel a little fragile. So in many cases, we would rather hold on to a wrong answer than face the discomfort of not knowing at all.
Yes.
Yes, I would love to believe in miracle. So I'd rather be an optimist. I'd rather be believing miracle rather than being a pessimist who is always
being
right.
hopeful, right?
Yes, being hopeful. So I prepare my quotes.
Yes, what is it today?
Medicine explains most things, but it also teaches us how much we still don't understand.
Yes.
It reminds me of the quotes from Albert Einstein. He said that the more he said, the more I know, the more how I realize I don't know.
Ooh, that's so deep today.
Yeah.
But giving us lots of good food for thought. And I want to thank you. We got to call it a wrap for today. But we'll check in with you next week. Thank you, Dr. Diaz.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, let's get to this song, What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. I'll be back at 8.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself,
운영비 절감 효과 확실합니다. 식대는 협의 후 맞춰드립니다. 지역 부산 경남 051-784-0877 051-784-0877
혹시 지금 운전 중이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
we are the Zero Waste Rangers.
To save Mother Earth, just remember the 5 R's. Would you like a bag for that?
No thanks. I brought my own bag. Number 1, refuse. Just say no to things you do not need.
This shirt is so out of style.
Why not take it to a flea market? Number 2, reduce. Buy only what you need and share with your neighbors.
1 iced Americano coming right up.
Can I get that in my tumbler? Number 3, reuse. Single use, that's not how we do things.
This is such a hassle. Let's just throw it all in together.
You've got to peel off the labels and rinse them out. Number 4, recycle. Rinse it, peel it, and recycle properly.
This looks different from other sponges.
It's a biodegradable loofah. Number 5, rot. Choose a product that returns to nature.
Refuse, reduce,
reuse, recycle,
and rot. The 5R pledge to protect our planet.
지금 방송 광고라는 부메랑을 던져보세요. 소비자를 향해 정확히 날아가는 광고. 힘차게 돌아가는 경제. 부메랑처럼 다시 기업의 이익으로 되돌아오니까요. 방송 광고, 경제에 큰 힘이 됩니다. 부산 방송광고발전협의회.
The time is now 8 o'clock.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for 8 o'clock Spotlight News. Trump evacuated after shots fired at White House Correspondents' Dinner. U.S. President Donald Trump said an alleged shooter identified as Cole Thomas Allen, a 31-year-old from Torrance, California, had been apprehended as he was rushed out of the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner at a hotel in Washington after the sound of gunfire was heard. Trump was sitting on the stage in front of a hotel ballroom during the event hosted by the White House Correspondents Association. Following loud sounds, Trump was forced to duck and escorted out of the place by the Secret Service personnel. In a social media post, the president said that he, First Lady Melania Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and all other cabinet members were in perfect condition. Authorities are combing through a message sent by the shooting suspect, seeking to understand what allegedly led him from his life as a respected California teacher to a would-be assassin. Appellate trial for former President Yoon Suk-yeol begins today. The appellate trial for former President Yoon Suk-yeol regarding his December 3rd martial law insurrection charges begins today, with the Seoul High Court holding a 2 p.m. preparatory hearing for him and 7 former officials. As attendance is not required, Yoon is not expected to appear. Charges he is facing include allegedly obstructing an arrest attempt by the Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials known as 공수처. He's also accused of abusing his authority during the declaration of martial law. The appeals court is set to deliver its verdict later this week on charges against him. People Power Party nominates Chu Kyung-ho as Daegu mayor candidate. The main opposition, People Power Party, or PPP, nominated 3-term lawmaker Representative Chu Kyung-ho as its candidate for the mayor of Daegu, a major conservative stronghold for the upcoming June 3rd local elections. Chu, who served as former finance minister and party floor leader, defeated Representative Yoo Young-ha in a primary to run for mayor in the southern city, long regarded as an unwavering bastion for the conservative bloc, the party's nomination committee said. Chu will face former Prime Minister Kim Boo-kyum, the nominee for the ruling Democratic Party. Data of 100,000 leaked from golf course. Personal information of around 100,000 customers has been leaked from a golf course, prompting a police investigation, sources said yesterday. The Korea National Police Agency is probing the case after the website of Leon Country Club in Gapyeong County was hacked, with data on about 100,000 individuals believed to have been compromised, according to sources familiar with the issue. The leaked data includes names, dates of birth, gender, user IDs, passwords, phone numbers, email addresses, and home addresses. Police became aware of the breach while investigating major North Korean hacking groups, adding that investigators believe the golf club server was infected with malware distributed by a hacking group. Iran's foreign minister returns to Pakistan amid stalled talks with the U.S. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi made a sudden return to Islamabad in a desperate bid to reignite ceasefire talks. Yet President Donald Trump brushed aside the maneuver, suggesting a phone call instead. Despite the confusion caused by his prior departure for Oman, Araghchi pushed through the itinerary to deliver his proposals before heading to Moscow, keeping the high-stakes mediation in flux. And this was Spotlight News. It's time for a special interview, and today we're going to be talking about the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, flagging South Korea as a country where government debt is expected to increase significantly. It has grouped Korea with Belgium and projects its debt-to-GDP ratio will reach about 63% by the year 2031. But the Korean government has pushed back, calling the warning as an overestimate. The IMF, however, offers a mixed view, acknowledging fiscal strengths while raising concerns about the pace of debt growth. Today, we're going to break down what's behind the IMF's warning, why the government disagrees, and what it all means for Korea's real fiscal outlook. Joining us once again is Professor Yang Jun-suk, Professor of Economics at the Catholic University of Korea. Hi, Professor. I hope you're doing well.
Hi, I'm doing fine, and good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Well, the IMF used quite strong language, warning that Korea's debt could rise significantly. Why do you think Korea was singled out?
Okay, well, first of all, government deficit and debt has been getting a lot of attention since last year. And it actually started with the United States with Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, which included many tax cuts without that much corresponding spending cuts. Elon Musk's Doge, D-O-G-E, tried to make some cuts, but ultimately it just raised government deficit and government debt. Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill is expected to add about $3.4 trillion to $4.1 trillion to U.S. debt between 2025 and 2034. So that brought people's attention to how weak the position of the U.S. government was in the long run because of the debt. But then other countries, this was a known problem, but the American problem gave it sort of a new focus. All the other G7 countries also had a lot of debt. So Japan's debt to GDP ratio is 235%, by far the highest. But the European countries, France, UK, Canada, Italy, Germany, they were all between 95 to about 120% of GDP. And then United States, it's around 125% of GDP as well. So this has been responsible for increasing the long-term interest rate for these countries, 10-year, 20-year interest rates. And it's also making people focus on how dangerous some of these debt ratios are. Korea's is not as bad. Korea's debt to GDP ratio right now is about 50.6%, and so Korea is considered more or less healthy, but Korea has the highest rate of increase, and something fundamental has changed from about 2020.
Yes.
If you go before 2020, the Korea's deficit, which is how much the debt to GDP ratio is added every year in some respect, that was mostly below 2%. So Korea's debt to GDP ratio, it went up slightly perhaps, but not too much, and certainly at the level that the government that the country could handle, because even if the deficit grows less than 2%, that's slower than the rate of increase of GDP for most years.
Yes.
So we didn't worry that much about debt to GDP ratio all that much. But since 2020, the numbers, the government deficit has continually been between 3.5 to 5%.
Yes.
Every year. And so that's not only as high as some of the G7 countries, but also higher than Korea's growth rate for all these years. And last year, 2025, the government deficit on the managed deficit basis was minus 4.2%, and that includes the supplementary budget spending that we had last year.
Right.
So something seems to be changing on the way to a higher government deficit every year. And according to the IMF report that you cited, Korea had the highest expected rate of increase in G20 countries. But Korea also has some problems that makes it especially vulnerable to problems that come with higher deficits. The first is demographics.
Yes.
Proportion of older retired people to working age people especially. So that would mean less tax receipts as time goes by, but increasing welfare spending.
Yes.
So IMF specifically mentioned Korea's pension obligations and healthcare obligations.
Sure.
And these are the type of welfare and spending that's expected to rise rapidly. And then while the deficits for other countries may be higher than Korea's, they're roughly stable or they're growing very, very slowly.
Right.
On the other hand, Korea is expected to grow relatively quickly. As I mentioned, the deficit every year, which adds to the debt, is expected to be has been between 3.5 to 5% every year in the last 6 years or so. And then Korea has historically been considered a prudent country because, well, as I said, before 2020, we usually had government deficits below 2% of the GDP. And in many years, Korea had a surplus.
Yes.
But now we're continually having the deficits of larger proportion to the GDP. These are making IMF somewhat nervous. And one of the reasons why Korea should be nervous is that while Korea has relatively low debt to GDP ratio for the government, Korea's private debt, corporate debt, and private household debt is actually very high. Each is somewhere between 100 to 125% of GDP. That usually ranks us in the top 3 countries for household debt and corporate debt. So Korea, if the government increases its debt as well, we're going to be in a very vulnerable position because for the private sector, the more debt they have, less flexibility they're going to have, and government is expected to have that's a problem as well. The more debt it has, less flexibility it will have in the future.
Right. So, Professor, we fully understand what you've been telling us, right? But in terms of comparing the size of the debt and whether it can be managed well from an economic standpoint. How strong is Korea, or weak actually? What do you think about this particular question? The size of the debt versus whether it's being managed well?
Okay, well, Korea's current size of the debt, as I mentioned, is not too bad. It's about slightly over 50%. The problem is the speed of increase is very high. And it's if you look at Korea's fundamental factors, demographics being the most important, it's expected to accelerate.
Yes.
So in some sense, right now we have if you look at demographics, currently population over 65 is about 20% of the total population. That roughly means that there's about 3 or 4 working age people per old person. So if you want to give 10,000 won to an older person, you gather maybe about 2,500 to 3,500 won per person.
Okay.
But by 2065, the number of working age people to the over 65 will be 1-to-1.
Yes, yes.
In that case, if you want to give $10,000 to 10,000 won to a retiree, you will have to gather 10,000 won per young person.
Yes,
and
yes.
that's not sustainable.
Yes. And in terms of the government moving ahead with support measures, including relief payments to help people cope with the high energy prices and inflation that's starting today, how do these kinds of policies affect Korea's debt outlook? Is there a big effect?
Somewhat. The supplementary budget was, at least this supplementary budget, is not expected to add to the debt to GDP ratio because this is being financed from sort of a extra payment, the surprise payment that we got because the economy has been doing better than expected, where tax receipts have been better than expected from late last year.
Sure.
But the concern here is that we're permanently spending more. So now, how will if the economy is doing badly, then, well, if you have to spend the money, you have to spend the money. If the economy is not doing very well, then you are expected to run up a government deficit to try to reinvigorate the economy, keep it going on the growth path. But the concern here is that Korea seems to be going that path much more than it should.
Yes.
So for this year, I think we agree that we probably need a supplementary budget. Well, when the supplementary budget was formed,
yes,
we didn't know how bad the war is going to go, and if there are going to be shortages, then giving money for consumption is not always the best idea because we're going to have shortfalls in raw material. Even if people want to buy more, there may not be more goods available. So if that is so, you're just going to end up with higher prices, higher inflation.
Yes.
And a lot of the supplementary budget spending does seem like it's not specifically targeted for after effects of the war or the effects of the war, but rather just general spending. So that is making people concerned as well.
Yes.
Now, there was provision in this current supplementary budget to reduce the debt to GDP ratio, and they have done so. But as I said, what IMF seems to be worried about is not just this supplementary budget spending, but spending over a longer run. And we seem to have permanently moved to a new structure where you spend somewhere between 3.5 to 5% of the GDP as a government deficit every year.
Right.
And that's not going to be sustainable. The government has promised that they will reduce and manage the deficit in the future so that their sort of target is somewhere in the high 50s range.
Yes, yes.
So not let it go beyond, say, about 55% of the GDP. But if you look at the past presidents, well, the Park Geun-hye administration, Moon Jae-in administration, their goal was somewhere in the high 40s. The Yoon administration, their goal was about 50%.
Sure.
And the current administration's goal is managing the budget at about 55% of the GDP. So the goalpost is moving.
I see.
And every administration has moved the goalposts up, and they haven't been keeping their promises, so they usually overspend. So right now, Korea is not in a bad place at all.
Okay.
But what's worrying a lot of people is the trend. If we continually have government deficits of, say, more than 2.5-3% of GDP, that's not going to be sustainable. That's going to add too much to the debt. And what's also concerning is that right now the international interest rates, they seem to be rising because of the debt loads of larger countries, the G7 countries. So that's going to further add to government deficits as well, because government has to pay interest on this debt.
Yes, Professor. Well, thank you so much for answering all of our questions and going into such detail so we have a better understanding of the current outlook, and wishing you the very best. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
This was Professor Yang Jun-seok, and of course we talked about this IMF caution, the Seoul government's response, and the professor's take on what the situation is like right now. I'll be back with your weather report. Here's your weather update. Currently, it's 18 degrees here in Busan under partly cloudy skies. It's going to go up to 22 today. Finest levels are currently at moderate levels. It's a bit more on the cloudy side in the Seoul area, with the daytime high expected to go up to 22 as well. Rain is expected to start in the Seoul area and other regions tonight, with significant temperature fluctuations between day and night in the inland areas. The rain will begin in the Seoul metropolitan area, inland and mountainous regions of Gangwon, North Chungnam, and also the West Coast. While most rain will stop by dawn tomorrow, some parts of Gangwon may see rain continue until Tuesday afternoon. So that's tomorrow. This was your weather update. It is time for Waga Waga Tea Time. Guess who's back to the BFM airwaves? We have Claire. Woo! Welcome back. Is it okay to share with our listeners why you were gone? Is it a big secret?
Oh, no, not a secret at all.
So I'll let you
yes.
explain why you were missing in action for a while.
Yeah, I had a baby.
Yay! So how old is the baby now? What's the baby's name?
Baby's name is Hajin.
Hajin.
Yes. And it's been 70-something days. 70-something.
Already. Oh, wow.
Already.
So new mom. You have that mommy glow. The new mom glow.
the eye bags.
No. Just glow. We just see glow. So welcome back and congratulations. Hajin is in the world. So we're going to jump into our text topic first, which is this. What's an aspect of K culture you want to kind of show off to anybody and everybody who's not from Korea?
I don't know, it's a culture thing, but it's when you wrap the sam, because when you go to Korean barbecue with everyone wants to go with you, right? And then I always say, okay, the 101 rule is you don't bite. You eat all at once, because everyone just kind of try to, because it's not
it's a big
it's a big mouthful.
amount.
Yeah. So they make it big as possible, and then they had to bite into it. So I was like, no, you just wrap it like maybe just good amount, and then you always have to eat all at once. Don't
one
bite.
mouthful.
Yeah, because my friends all get all the drools and all the juice.
All the juice and the yangnyeom dripping down.
And then they were like, all the made a mess. So I was like, oh, no, sorry, I forgot to tell you. So I just...
That's the rule.
Korean wrap, some always
one mouthful.
One mouthful.
Got it. That's a good one. Spread the word. It is not a taco or a burrito. You don't take multiple bites. Okay. So this is Waga Waga, obviously. And we're going to dive into our first story. We're looking at the border between Iran and Turkey, where cooking oil, 식용유, has become a new hot commodity?
That's right. The Kapikoy checkpoint in Turkey, which is located on Iran's western border, is currently bustling with Iranian citizens who are carrying large containers of cooking oil. Previously, this border checkpoint saw a lot of trade in items like tobacco or small electronics.
Right.
But recently, those items have been entirely replaced by olive oil, sunflower oil, or corn oil.
Okay, I need to ask, why are people going way out of their way to cross the border just to buy cooking oil?
So it comes down to a severe shortage of daily necessities, which is being driven by extreme, crippling inflation and the recent conflicts between the U.S., Israel, and Iran.
Yes.
To make matters worse, the Iranian government abolished import subsidies for essential goods this past January due to financial difficulties stemming from international sanctions.
Yes.
This abrupt policy change caused cooking oil prices to skyrocket and significantly worsen the supply shortage. The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, predicts that Iran's inflation rate will hit 68.9% this year, which is the highest level seen since 1980.
Okay, so it all makes sense now. With inflation that high, the daily struggle for residents must be immense.
Absolutely. A citizen from Tehran recently lamented to the New York Times about the drastic drop in the value of their currency, noting that previously 5 million rials could buy 5 to 6 chickens, but recently even 22 million rials could only buy 3 chickens.
Wow, so that must be a hardship for people in that area. How much of a profit does the cooking oil trade actually make? I mean, because we were talking about people like crossing borders to get this, right?
At the Turkish border, a 5-liter bottle of cooking oil costs about $10 or 15,000won. If they bring it back to Iran and sell it, they can make a profit of about $2, 3,000won per bottle.
Right.
When you consider that the minimum wage in Iran is about $108 or 16만 won a month. Yes. Selling just a few bottles of oil can bring in a relatively significant amount of income. One woman said she planned to buy 4 bottles to sell in her hometown, noting that the profit from cooking oil is higher than that of tobacco.
It makes sense now. So yes, thanks for explaining that story. All right, now we are going to bring things back to South Korea, specifically looking ahead to a highly anticipated reunion in the tech world. So we're talking about the father of AlphaGo is coming to Seoul?
Yes, Demis Hassabis, the co-founder and CEO of Google DeepMind, is visiting South Korea this week to hold a special dialogue centered around artificial intelligence. According to the ICT industry, he will be participating in the Google for Korea 2026 event taking place on April 29th in Seoul. There, he will join a 3-way discussion with Go Grandmaster Lee Se-dol and writer Cho Seung-yeon.
So if you can imagine, people, it's already been a decade since that historic meeting.
10
10 years ago.
right?
Yes, it has. Time flies. The official theme of their discussion is 10 years of AlphaGo, vision of AI for all. During the panel, the three of them are expected to reflect on the 10th anniversary of that monumental 2016 match and share their perspectives on the future of the AI era.
Yes.
Google recently commemorated this 10th anniversary by revisiting the meaning of the match and the famous 37th move, as well as the subsequent expansion of AI research.
Right. I mean, AI has come a long way since a decade ago.
Yes, definitely. This actually marks Hasabi's first public visit to South Korea since that famous showdown with Lee Se-dol exactly 10 years ago.
Yes.
Hasabi is expected to share his personal reflections on the match from a decade ago during this event. For the panel, Lee Se-dol is attending as a UNIS professor, special professor, and Cho Seung-yeon will join as a panelist. It is also known that this conversational panel format reflects Hasabi's preference for in-depth, candid exchanges of opinions rather than formal solo presentations. The event will also feature an opening presentation by Google Korea President Yoon Gu on the theme of AI innovation that Google and South Korea will build together.
I see. So I'm sure people are looking forward to this one.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for covering it. Well, we're going to move on to a much more disturbing incident, real local. Okay, we went from international to domestic. Now we're going to bring it right
Coming
here to
closer.
Busan. Yes, a tourist was terrorized at a local guest house?
Unfortunately, yes. According to a report from the JTBC program 사건 반장, a Chinese female tourist in her 20s experienced a shocking ordeal caused by a Japanese male. She was visiting Korea for her first time ever earlier this month. After finishing a 3-night, 4-day itinerary, she was staying in a 10-person guest house room.
Oh, so we need to know the details, and I don't know, trigger warning. Sending it out there.
Could be disturbing, yes.
Yes, it could be disturbing. So what happened?
On the early morning of April 15th, just before she was set to return home, she woke up to a strange presence and froze with a short scream at the bizarre sight. She found a Japanese male guest who was staying in the same room, circling the head of her bed while inappropriately touching his private parts. She flashed her phone light and yelled, "Stop it," in English, but he didn't seem to have any intention of stopping.
What I don't understand. Okay, so he didn't stop at all?
Not at all. It actually escalated into something unbelievable. The man then unexpectedly proceeded to urinate toward her. The victim's pants, feet, luggage, and the guest house floor were left soaked in urine. When the terrified victim reflexively yelled out in Chinese, asking, "Are you crazy?"
Right.
The man mocked her by imitating her exact words.
Wow. I mean, it's like something out of a movie because it's like so unbelievable.
Yes.
It's like horrifying and disgusting at the same time. Well, what happened to this perpetrator, the man after, I'm assuming police were called, right?
So other foreign male guests and a staff member heard her scream, obviously, ran in, subdued the man immediately, and separated him while calling the police. Just before authorities arrived, the man suddenly knelt down and told the victim he wanted to apologize. During police questioning, he reportedly stated that he thought he was drunk. However, the victim strongly refuted this, stating that he was fully conscious and did not smell like alcohol at all. She added that she expects the Korean police to handle the case strictly. The police told 사건 반장 that they could not confirm specific details, including whether a departure ban was placed, as the case is under investigation. Meanwhile, the case gained massive attention after she posted about it on the Chinese social media platform, surpassing 45 million views.
Wow, so this is like a growing story. And of course, we'll keep an eye on this investigation.
Yes,
I have to say, though, I mean, it's like, I know we don't represent that guest, but it's like to have that happen to you in Korea while you're like, coming here for your first visit.
Yes, it ruined her trip completely.
Right, so I don't know. I hope that she doesn't think that, the rest of us are like that.
Yes.
We're not. And, all right.
So.
Well, let's lighten the mood for our final story. We're going to head to the UK where K-pop took center stage at one of the world's most prestigious universities.
Yes, on the afternoon of April 25th, Oxford University's Schwarzman Center for the Humanities held a general opening event. The center was built with a massive £185 million donation, which is about 370 billion won, to explore the role and future of humanities in the age of science and technology. And the main attraction, right in the middle of their open concept circular stage, was a vibrant K-pop performance.
Okay, I have to say, like imagining a K-pop concert at an Oxford Humanities
yes.
Center. That's quite the crossover, and we have a photo on our YouTube channel right now.
Exactly.
Wow.
Hundreds of people, as you can see, gathered around the stage, from families with young children and friends chatting to all the local residents. The playlist included Rose's 아파트 and tracks from the animation K-pop Demon Hunters, filling the center with cheers reminiscent of a concert venue.
Right.
Some young fans in the audience even came fully prepared in homemade stage outfits, showing just how much they love K-pop and how eagerly they had been waiting for the performance.
Wow. So I'm curious though, Claire, why did they choose K-pop for such an academic milestone?
So the center serves as an academic hall, bringing together humanities faculties and a library, but also as a performing arts space to actively communicate with the public. K-pop perfectly aligns with Oxford's goal to significantly increase its touch points with regular citizens, moving beyond the solemn ivory tower, and it is a dominant force in global mainstream culture.
Right.
Professor Jiun Kaya noted that high-ranking officials were surprised to see a K-pop stage at the Humanities Center, adding it was the first time seeing such a popular stage enjoyed by people of all ages and genders. Professor James Lewis also mentioned feeling a sense of a new era, as people used to have no interest when he mentioned Korean studies.
Oh, but not anymore, and it sounds like a huge success.
Yes, it really was. Broadcaster Neve Spencer, who hosted the event, introduced the stage saying Korean energy brought life to the historical moment of the center's opening. Researcher Lee Hak-jun added that seeing British children go wild for K-pop showed that the future of Hallyu is just right there.
Right.
During the event, they also officially announced the launch of the Oxford Center for Korean Studies, which will open its doors in the new semester this October to further research Korean culture and its sustainability. Also, next February, the center plans to host a large-scale Korean pop culture week event.
Wow, what a great milestone for K-culture out there. And hence, we had our text topic related to Korean culture. So thank you, Claire. Welcome back in this regard. And of course...
For now, yes.
Yes.
My pleasure.
See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Everybody, this was Claire once again, filling in for Waga Waga Tea Time. Speaking of one of the biggest hits last year, it's still, everybody sings it. This is 아파트 by Rosé and Bruno Mars.
짱이가 좋아하는 랜덤 게임, 게임 start. 아파트, 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 kissy face, sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm on, yeah. Come give me something I can feel. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? See tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the 아파트, 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 아파트,
It's whatever you like. Turn this apatit into a club. I'm talking drink, dance, smoke, freak, party all night. Come back, go, what's up? Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the 아파트, 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 아파트. 아파트, 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 아파트,
game. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm coming to get you, get you, get you. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, 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 I'm on my way. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, 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 I'm on my way. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the just meet me. Just meet me. Just meet me.
All right, on the heels of that banger, let's get to our next segment. It's called Buzz Breakdown. We have Vasana here. Do-do-do.
What's up?
How are you?
Good.
Surfer. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. I actually went outside for the first time in a while.
Oh, really? Like a vampire. Like, the sunlight. Oh, no.
Natural light.
No. Hey, text topic time.
Yes.
What is one aspect of like K culture that you want to K culture, Korean culture?
Cake. I love cake.
Yes, K-A-A-A culture that you want to kind of show off to your friends who are not from Korea. Like, what is something that you really like about Korea? You're like, hey, like people have been mentioning like the 24-hour 배달 service for food. I mean, it's, compared to other countries, we have it good here.
I think there's one thing about Korea which visitors can get really quickly is you don't really need people to show you. Like when you're walking around, I mean, you can immediately see the shops are open after 6 p.m.
Right.
In New Zealand, they sort of, in my village, they close at 6 p.m. So
no, it's true of many towns and cities around the world shutting down early.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, there's a vibrant, like, when I say nightlife, I'm not talking about like adult activities. Just like everything's pretty much open.
Yeah.
Many businesses are.
Buying alcohol in the store, in the convenience store, that's a good one. Good one? Could I use the word good?
Different.
Good difference.
Yes.
In New Zealand, you have to go to a special
like
place,
a liquor store
to buy liquor. Or if you go to the supermarket, it's in a certain area, and you can't buy it on Sundays.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So there's lots of things that New Zealand has restrictions on.
Yes.
Also, cigarettes are quite expensive, like $50 for one pack.
Wow, because they're discouraging.
Yes, so it's gone down. New Zealand's almost smoke-free. Like 0.0001 of the population.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. All right. Well, let's jump into Buzz Breakdown. What do you have for us?
It's from Internet Buzzword, Buzz News, Buzzwords.
Okay.
Buzz Breakdown News, not news.
Oh. Okay, Internet Buzz Breakdown terminology. What do you have for us?
So, firstly, I'd like to thank Dennis. You know Dennis?
Dennis Laffey?
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, Dennis and his son, we had a conversation last weekend. When I went out, introduced me to these words. His son was teaching me a lot of words, and these were three that I gleaned from them.
Here we go.
The words are LARPing.
Wait, what? LARPing?
LARPing.
Okay.
As in laughing without the R in there.
LARPing.
LARPing.
And then?
Frame mogging and gesture mogging.
What?
Yeah.
These are so foreign. PD 마세요? I know. So
oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Is it like Gen Alpha and Beta?
Well, yeah, his son Steven's, I think it's 12, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, Gen Alpha. yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
let's start. Well, I want to know about LARPing. What is LARPing?
So you know how people walk around when they go to these shows and they dress up.
Cosplay?
Like cosplay or role-playing, dressing up as knights, wizards, etc. Online. It's different, obviously. You can dress up, but a lot of the time you won't have the camera on, so you don't know. So LARPing means pretending to be something that you're not.
Like, give us an example.
For example, a billionaire Acting like he's a man of the people.
Okay. Pretending he's like a regular person.
A regular person. He's he's.
So you would say he's LARPing.
He's LARPing.
LARPING.
Yeah, live action role playing. LARP. Live action role playing. What have we got from our PD name?
Korean. 헌증이라고 부르게.
Is she making a joke?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
I mean, hallucinating like you're a billionaire, but you're like, no, I'm a regular, like, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to say poor, but it's like, you know, I'm a non-millionaire. I'm just like the rest of you. No, you're not.
It's like people who
have
have. Also, you have different personas on the internet. Like
that's true.
A certain president of the United States has another name he uses on the internet, and he argues with himself on the internet and things like that. Anyway,
okay.
So that's LARPing.
Yes.
Also, an influencer pretending that their life is perfect.
Oh, going the other extreme.
Yeah, like taking a picture of him next to a Bugatti, but it's not his or her Bugatti.
Right.
And then somebody hops on the Bugatti and drives away.
Name dropping. Stop the name dropping.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, but in terms of I get it. You can go to the other extreme, the other side.
Pretending you're poor, or pretending you're rich, or just pretending someone you're not. Pretending to be someone you're not.
So that is called LARPing. LARPing. Okay.
Yeah, I had some Korean here, but I think people understand it.
Okay.
Okay. The next word is frame mogging.
Okay. So
mogging.
So long. What is this?
Yeah. So this sounds strange. Powerful though. It means using your physical presence, your height, your posture, your position in the company, whatever, to dominate a situation.
But what if you're not extremely tall?
So obviously, just the simple one.
Okay.
Imagine you're two people on stage. One stands tall and relaxed. And the other one takes up a lot of space. The other one is small and doesn't. So in real life, that is frame mogging. And I'm taken back to this certain 2016 presidential debate between current president and Clinton. Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Remember when she was walking around on the stage and he kept on just following her around?
Yes.
He was frame mogging. So these days on the internet, it's about camera angles, zoom position, whoever stands in the center of a video or a photo. Okay.
Basically, you're hogging the frame.
Yes.
It's frame mogging.
We'd probably call it frame hogging.
Yeah, frame hogging. Hogging meaning you're purposely taking up so much space so that you're the center of attention.
Yeah. So used in politics and interviews, especially when you're in one frame, in the same frame. That's why they split screen many of the interviews so that this frame mogging cannot happen. And also, one thing young people relate to, making content videos. So when you're doing the selfie bit, making sure that you're in the middle and the other person is just on the side.
So in Korean, you wrote 존재감으로 압도하다.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
그냥 you're just framing the you know, you 센터병.
센터병. Yeah.
병. 센터병이잖아.
Yeah.
I have a family member, like he always ends up in the middle.
He? You said he?
He. Every single photo we take, and then we look later, we're going through the many multiple photos, and we're like, why are you always in the middle? And he always has that look like he's trying to look cute, and it's like really annoying.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he look cute though?
No. And why is he? Why are you? Oh no, he might be listening. Oh no, hubby, you're so cute. But he's always in the center, and
not
I'm
many
just
males
like,
in your family.
There's only two. I met my son. He's at work. He's not listening. So I met son. Yes.
Yeah,
always trying to
this is
hog
recorded,
the frame.
right? Yeah,
yes.
we can watch this later.
Hogging the frame. Seriously though.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
And the last one is gesture mogging.
Gesture mogging. What is that? It's not gesture, like 손짓. Gesture. So
G-E-S-T-E-R.
What is gesture?
A gesture is a person who just makes fun of things. In the past, a long time ago, in a galaxy far away, when they had castles and princes and whatever.
Court jester.
Yeah, they would hire a person to make people laugh. Here we have comedians, but then it was a court jester. And mostly it was was physical things that made them laugh.
Like we would say slapstick.
Yeah.
몸개그.
Yeah.
옛날에는 그랬죠.
Yeah. But
Yes.
here it's gesture mogging.
Uh-huh.
I like it because it describes a situation that we never really had a word for.
Yes.
We had a phrase, but not a noun. So
Okay.
in Korean, the word is kind of like a 분위기 maker. Yeah. But so gesture mogging means using humor to dominate socially.
Are you a gesture mogger?
I can be. I read the room.
Yes.
If it's quiet, which it mostly is in a 회식, I'll do something just to break the ice, make people laugh.
Change the mood
I think
up a little.
I think one time my wife and I, if my wife's listening, I'm sorry. We were in a 회식 and we were planning to, but I said to her. It was very quiet. The one thing had the manager had just spoken. Everybody was sad. So I said to my wife, 결혼할래?
To break the mood?
To break the mood, everybody
And
just
you were
started.
really-
We were going to get married anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
but oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Proposing at a 회식?
So everybody just started
Okay.
laughing, thinking I was joking because I'm always joking at this sort of thing. So,
But you were not really, kind of. But not
yes
really.
and no.
Okay.
But yeah, we'd already spoken about it before. So things like that.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know. As a woman, though, if you had not run it by me and you were like proposing to me in front of like 20 other people, I would be annoyed.
Not there though. You'd be
Yeah,
annoyed
yeah.
at me later.
No, I would be annoyed at you then. I'd be like kicking you under the table. Like,
Oh no,
stop.
we weren't sitting next to each other.
Okay. So you are definitely a gesture mogger.
I can be. I think everybody has it in them.
Okay.
This just needs a situation.
I'm curious
Yep.
because we're almost out of time. Are there any other moggings out there? The terminology.
Oh yeah. So the mogging, you can put whatever someone or something is dominant in.
Yes.
So either a visible comparison or a social comparison. So, for example, their looks, their height,
Yes.
or style. So, I can't drop names. So, whatever the style they're wearing, mogging.
I get it. Something
and
mogging.
then their social presence, charisma, mogging.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, something like that.
So, aje mogging?
Yeah.
Something like that? Combining.
Yeah, if there were a group of Ajs in the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get it.
But if I'm the only Aj, then that would not make sense.
You're just a aje.
Yeah, I'm just...
We're going to call it a wrap for the Buzz breakdown, but thanks for going over these really interesting terms. LARPing, frame mogging, and gesture mogging, right?
Yes.
All right. We're going to call it a wrap. We'll check in with you next week. Thank you.
안녕.
하지 마세요. It's time to wrap up today. So a show produced by Joy Ji. We had our writers, Soo Kim and Minju. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm Catherine. Bye, everybody. Final song, 즐거운 인생 by 이광조. Bye-bye.
눈부신 태양 아래로 사랑이 익어가는 거리 멋있는 사람들 언제나 즐거운 인생 소중히